Welcome to the Nomadic Spaces podcast. I am Sarah Bronstein of Suka Interior Design, and I help people transform their spaces through smart design. Each week, we explore real solutions for real spaces, no matter how small the size. Because good design isn't just about making things pretty, it's about making spaces that actually work. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Nomadic Spaces podcast. Today's episode, I'm really excited about. I like to joke that I'm working with different couples and partners, investor partners, that I also have like a little mini degree in psychology because finding balance when there are different styles at play can be really hard. So let's get into today's episode, which is called Finding Harmony, Merging Different Styles in Shared Spaces. When you live with a partner or family or roommates, or you're purchasing property with a partner, you are bound to face the challenge of merging different design preferences into one cohesive space. It's one thing to decorate your own home with everything you love, but then when you have to consider blending your style with someone else's, the process can get really tricky. Whether you're a couple with contrasting tastes or a family with diverse needs, it is possible to create a space where everyone feels at home. And in this episode, we are going to talk about how to find harmony in a shared space by merging different styles without sacrificing anyone's preferences. Living with someone who has a completely different sense of style can create tension when it comes time to decorate. Maybe one person loves more minimalism, while the other likes a more boho, chic, eclectic decor. Maybe one person gravitates towards like bold colors and the other prefers more of a neutral palette. Or perhaps your design dilemma isn't really about taste at all. It's more about functionality. Maybe one person really wants more storage while another person wants to keep a really open, airy vibe. If you don't address these conflicting preferences early on, your shared space can start to feel chaotic, mismatched, and even uncomfortable. You might end up with rooms full of clashing furniture, mismatched color schemes, and design features that don't flow together. The goal is to merge your different styles into something cohesive, a new style that feels like your space, a home that accommodates both people's desires while still looking great. But how do you strike that balance? Let's dive into some solutions. Number 1, start with a neutral base. Trying to merge two completely different color schemes or furniture styles can be overwhelming. If each person in the household has a strong preference for a particular color or aesthetic, it can easily lead to a space that feels disjointed. A neutral base provides a blank canvas for both of you to add your own personal touches. Whether it's white or beige or gray or even a soft warm tone, starting with a neutral color palette will give you the flexibility to layer in other elements without overwhelming the space. Think of the neutral tones as like the design anchor. Once you have the basics down, you can add accent colors and textures and patterns that reflect each person's style. If one person loves bold hues like navy or mustard yellow, maybe those colors can be used in throw pillows or art or blankets. The key is really just moderation and placement. Use these more vibrant shades strategically to add personality while still keeping the space grounded in the neutral base. Pro tip is a neutral palette can work for any style. If your partner loves traditional design, soft warm neutrals can really enhance the classic aesthetic. But for someone who's into a more modern or industrial interior design, cool, sleek tones like gray or taupe can still be really effective while offering more flexibility for accent. Number 2, embrace the power of statement pieces. The problem arises when you try to combine two different styles. It's easy to overdo it, and it just too many elements that just don't work together. So you might end up in a space that feels really cluttered and chaotic. The solution is, instead of mixing too many smaller elements, choose a few statement pieces that define the space and bring those styles together. A large eye-catching piece like a vintage rug or a unique coffee table or a bold piece of artwork or light fixture can act as the focal point of the room. This will help tie everything together, offering a place where both styles can coexist without competing with each other. As an example, if one person loves a mid-century modern furniture and the other loves a more rustic decor, you can find middle ground by incorporating a reclaimed wood dining table with mid-century style chairs. The combinations of materials will create visual interest while blending both of these styles seamlessly. Pro tip for statement pieces is look for pieces that have elements from both those design styles. An example would be like a vintage industrial lamp that can incorporate the modern minimalist vibe while also adding the warmth and texture of rustic decor. Transforming your space in just 30 seconds without spending a single dollar. It sounds too good to be true, right? But that is exactly what my minute-by-minute home refresh guide helps you do. Whether you're a busy professional who needs a bedroom refresh or you're looking to update multiple properties, this guide breaks everything down into simple, timed steps. Start with one room, see the transformation, and then easily scale it to your whole house. Ready to refresh your space? Use the link in the show notes to download the free guide now. Number 3, use texture and material to bridge the gap. Sometimes different styles clash because the materials don't complement one another. One person might prefer sleek, shiny surfaces like glass or metal, while the other loves more tactile materials like wood or linen. And this can make the space feel disconnected. The solution is textures and materials can be a way to merge the different styles. By mixing soft textures with harder materials, you can create contrast and depth that actually appeals to both parties. For example, pairing a plush velvet sofa with a leather chair can actually balance luxury with comfort. Or you could think about combining industrial metal shelving with cozy textiles like linen curtains or knitted throw blankets. Don't be afraid to mix textures like wood, metal, glass, and fabric. Just be sure that they have a cohesive color palette to tie them together. Pro tip on finding balance: if you're introducing a bold texture, like say a shaggy rug, keep the rest of the space more streamlined with simpler materials like a wooden coffee table or a minimalist couch. The contrast of textures will help the room feel intentional and visually appealing. Number 4, create zones within open spaces. Open plan spaces can feel overwhelming when you're trying to blend two different design styles. The layout and flow of the room might end up feeling incohesive if each style doesn't really have a clear defined space. So the solution is creating separate zones within the open space, each with its own distinct design aesthetic, yet still maintaining visual connection. For example, in a large living room, you could have one section with a cozy rustic reading nook, maybe featuring some natural wood elements, and another with a sleek modern sofa and geometric art. Even though the zones have different aesthetics, they can still flow together through the shared elements like color or texture. To visually separate zones without creating an actual barrier, like putting up a wall, consider using rugs, lighting, or furniture arrangement. A large, colorful rug can define the sitting area, while a cozy chair or plant might help differentiate separate, smaller reading nooks. Pro tip, if possible, try to use open shelving or low bookshelves to separate areas while still keeping things open and airy. This keeps the space functional while allowing both styles to shine through. Number 5 is compromise on color, but don't settle. Color is often one of the most challenging aspects of merging different styles. One person might really love these soft pastels, while the other person really prefers a bold, deep tone, and this type of variation can lead to tension when choosing the right colors for the home. Compromise on color choices by finding a middle ground. If one person likes neutrals and the other likes bold colors, find a color palette that can include both. Like we talked about earlier, maybe start with a neutral base of whites, grays, or taupes and add pops of your favorite bold colors through accents like rugs or throw pillows or vases or artwork. You can also introduce vibrant hues in curtains or smaller furniture pieces, allowing each person's preferences to shine. A pro tip here is consider incorporating colors that complement each other, such as navy and gold, or if we're talking about like a soft pink, maybe against a charcoal. These pairings can really create a harmonious feel while allowing for some personality in the space. Number 6 is keep functionality at the forefront. While design and aesthetics are essential, a home also really needs to be functional for everyone living in it. What good is a beautiful room if it doesn't meet the needs of your family or your household? When merging different styles, consider functionality alongside the beauty. For example, if one person loves that clean, minimal look and the other prefers a more practical, cluttered design, you can strike balance by focusing on storage solutions. Invest in a multifunctional furniture like ottomans with hidden storage, or shelving units that double as room dividers, or coffee tables with built-in drawers. This keeps your space looking stylish while still meeting everybody's needs. Pro tip is focus on design that enhances the daily living, your daily living. That might look different than your neighbors or your friends. You can use furniture and storage solutions to create a comfortable and functional space that accommodates both everyone's aesthetic and practicality. Just to wrap up here, blending different design styles in a shared space, it can be challenging, but it doesn't have to be stressful or overwhelming. With a few thoughtful strategies, such as starting with a neutral base, incorporating statement pieces, mixing textures, and defining separate zones, you can create a home that reflects the personalities and preferences of everybody living in it. By keeping function and aesthetics in mind, you can merge different styles seamlessly without sacrificing anybody's tastes. If you are ready to create a harmonious space that feels like home and brings a new style from two different styles, I would love to help. You can book a design consultation or schedule a free connection call by using the link in the show notes. You can head over to my website, which is sukainteriordesign.com. Use the contact page there, or you can just send me a DM over on Instagram. I am at Sukha Interior Design. That is SUKKHA Interior Design. I would love to connect with you and hear more about your space and family and needs. So please do reach out. As always, thank you so much for being here. Until next week, home happy. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of the Nomadic Spaces podcast. But here's the thing, listening to podcasts doesn't transform spaces. Taking action does. Are you ready to turn these ideas into a reality? If so, book a connection call now at sukainteriordesign.com or using the link in the show notes. If you found value in today's episode, please consider subscribing, sharing, and reviewing this podcast. I'm signing off, but I'll see you next week with more real solutions for real spaces.